Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Scott here from Ken Geek Games and Collectibles, welcoming you back to the Ken Geek YouTube channel. And recently, I've been going out of my way to collect things that have reminded me of my childhood. You know, happier times when, even though I didn't know it, life was simpler. And a few weeks ago, I did an unboxing here of the classic Battletech game that was re-released by WizKids. And today I'm going to unbox something else. So, earlier this month I was out doing some shopping and I stumbled across something that just totally slipped under the radar for me when it was released in the fall of 2017. And I found this thing, and I couldn't believe I was looking at it. I couldn't believe it was coming with all of the things that it came with, because it brought back unbelievably happy memories from my childhood. So today, here on the Ken Geek YouTube channel, we are going to take a quick look at the Atari Flashback 8 Goat. So without further ado, let's unbox this. Okay, so here we go. I just can't believe I'm going to open this thing. Okay. So, the Atari Flashback 8 Gold system. The controllers are 2.4 gigahertz wireless. The video games will display in 720 HD output. There are over 120 games on this system. Some classic Atari games, including Space Invaders and Centipede, Pitfall, River Raid, Kaboom, Frogger, Asteroids, Star Master, which is actually one of the main reasons I bought this, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh my god, there's so many games that are on this thing. I don't even know where to begin. Anyways, let's just look at this thing. So, as I said, first of all, it comes with the console. The console connects to the TV via, obviously, an HD connection. It is, however, much smaller than I remember it being as a kid. Obviously, they've taken the cartridge port out of the machine because it's all internal on flash memory now. For some unknown reason, I'll just quickly show you here, just for the sake of, I guess, nostalgia, they left the ports where you would have originally plugged in the controllers or the joysticks. They've replaced the buttons, however. Originally, these were switches on this that you flicked up and down. They've replaced them with actual buttons. But that's the actual console. And then, of course, it comes with your HDMI cable for connecting it to your TV. It comes with a joystick, wireless this time around, of course. And these buttons, which were not originally on the Atari joysticks, which have been put on this, are for resetting the game, choosing a new game, you know, stuff like that, so that you don't have to get up off the comfort of your couch while you are doing what I'm going to be doing this weekend, which is reliving your childhood. Now, I'm going to explain here quickly what immediately jumped out at me about this flashback machine. So, the 2600 was actually the very first console that we owned when I was growing up. And I was like maybe 3 or 4 at the time. But my older brother convinced my parents at the time that an Atari would be a really good investment. And we had years of enjoyment with that thing. Classic Atari games, including obviously Space Invaders, Missile Command, Frogger, Pitfall, Kangaroo, Pac-Man, the now infamous E.T. game, the Superman game that came out for the 2600, Keystone Capers, which by the way is on this thing apparently. It's one of the 120 games is Keystone Capers. Just no end of enjoyment came out of this system when I was growing up. And it's true that you can get a lot of these games now for your iPhone, your Android device, your tablet. I mean, they're readily available out there. But for some reason, as these flashback machines come out, people, such as myself, continue to run out and buy them. I was actually torn between picking this machine up or picking up a Sega system. It was a retro Sega system. I believe it was the Dreamcast that was released alongside this last fall. And I looked at the games that were available on the 2 consoles, and you know, my childhood won out. So I have my Atari Flashback 8 now. Now, truth be told, there was another reason that I picked this up. As many of you watching this may know by this point, Atari is set to re-enter the console market with something that was originally codenamed the Atari Box. Now, it has since been confirmed that the Atari Box will in fact be called the Atari Video Game, the Video Console System, I believe is what they're calling it. And it's promising both a new lineup of games coming from both first and third-party developers, as well as the ability to play your retro classic Atari games. It's what we expect it's going to be. It's going to be this really slick-looking little black box with some wood grain paneling on the front of it. It's going to sit on the front of your TV. It's going to be kind of like the Steam machine that came out, or other devices like that that plug into your TV and allow you to play games by downloading them directly from the net. Obviously purchasing them, but that is the way that the gaming industry is heading. I mean, Microsoft and Sony have been at the forefront of pushing digital over physical purchases for years now. And that's where Atari is going with the Atari Box. They are pushing digital over physical purchases. Now, the Atari Box was slated to open up for pre-orders last fall, and it didn't happen. And now we're coming up to the end of April, and the pre-orders still haven't opened up, even though as of March we were told that pre-orders would be available before the end of April. I don't have a lot of hope for that, unfortunately, which is one of the reasons I picked this up, because I have been salivating at the mouth looking for an Atari fix, and I've got it here with my Atari Flashback 8 code. So watch for me to try and upload some gameplay videos once I hook this thing up. Retracing my retro gaming roots, as it were. And for those of you that have actually powered through to listening to me rant until the end of this video, I'd actually like you to do me a favor. In the comments below, let me know what was the first video game system you had, whether or not you still own it, and maybe what your favorite game on that system was. This thing has most of the games I wanted. is missing one game, which wasn't so much a deal breaker for me. It was a deal breaker for my wife. Because Bandai releases a Pac-Man game now every couple of years. Namco releases a Pac-Man game every couple of years. Pac-Man is the only notable game that was missing from the Flashback 8 Gold, and I imagine it's probably because of licensing rights. They probably did not want to re-release the original Pac-Man when they could, quite frankly, release an upscaled version of the game, you know, Pac-Man Racing, Pac-Man World, whatever, and convince people such as myself to buy it for my PlayStation 4. But that's it. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know, number one, if you enjoyed this video, and number two, if you own any Flashback consoles of your own, regardless of what console it is. And what was your first video game system that you owned? And what was your favorite game on that system? Just let's get some conversation going here. That's it. Thanks very much for listening to this. Thanks very much for watching, as always. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, you know, if you're feeling generous, maybe liking this video as well. We'll talk again soon. I'm going to go hook up my Flashback 8 now. Take it easy and ciao for now.